I'm Brad Silver. Welcome to the Hamilton County Television Sports Show, brought to you by Lone Street Signs and Banners in Michaelsville. Today, it's kind of getting to be a habit. A weekly visit with Coach Kelley, the Hamilton Southeastern Royals. First of all, Coach, congratulations on a great win Friday night. And let's just talk about that game Friday. That had to be special for you.
It was very special for me as a football coach, but also for our program. I think, you know, the challenge of getting past that sectional championship game has been eluding us for the last 11 years, and our guys, you know, played really hard and found a way to get it done. And I was so proud of our fans. Student body was huge. Our kids played hard. It was just a fun night for us. It was a great night, as we say, to be a Royal.
It was almost like Mudsock 2, I guess is what you could call it.
Yeah, I think that was probably one of the biggest fan base, if you will, that I've seen at a sectional competition since I've been in the Fishers, Hamilton Southeastern School District. You know, being on the sidelines for part of those, and then over here now, and there's a lot of energy in that game, and a lot of enthusiasm, and it was a fun night for sure.
Well, talk a little bit about the game itself. What made the difference for the Royals Friday night?
Well, you know, you just hope you progress throughout the season, you get better and better. I thought they played, Fishers played phenomenal in our first game. We saw them, and they were ready to play. I didn't feel like we were as ready to play in terms of matching their physicality and their energy level and execution and all those things. So their coaches did a great job getting ready in our first battle. And then this game, I thought we were able to control the line of scrimmage a little bit more than we were in that first game, and I think that made a huge difference. As well as guys playing responsibility and disciplined football. You know, in the defense, we got out of gaps a couple times, and offensively, not getting the right people, assignment sound, if you will, in terms of our blocking assignments. And so this time, I felt like we were a lot more sound fundamentally, a lot more physical in this game than what we did in the first game. All credit to them. The score is not indicative of what the game was. It was, you know, a 21-13 ball game in the third quarter, and so you're a one-possession football game, and we were able to put some more points on the board later on. You know, it was a good night for us.
It just seems from from my standpoint, an observer standpoint, that the team has just been kind of going up and up and up and up, and they haven't hit a peak yet, or a valley, or something like that, and they just seem to be progressing every week.
Well, that's good to hear. I mean, me on the sideline, I think we got peaks and valleys all through our games, and so that's a testament to their work ethic and their focus and practice. I think that doesn't happen. We say it often, but you practice, and you're going to play the way you practice, and it's why it's so important that you're locked in and engaged mentally in practice, and you're focused on what you can get better at each and every day. And we got a long season, so staying engaged and mentally focused takes some discipline, and our kids have done a good job of that this season. Our defense has been phenomenal all year long, and they've kind of set the tone for the football game. Now it's nice to see that the offense is starting to pick up pace with the defense in terms of controlling the football a little bit more efficiently and effectively from this game to the first game and throughout the entire season. It seems like that's been the case for us, which is good to see.
One of the things I hear when I'm out and about in the community is a little phrase, they just seem to be able to find a way.
Yeah, and a lot of that, I tell our team a lot, we've been lucky a lot this season, but luck has been an opportunity meets preparation, as Coach Ashworth, our basketball coach, says all the time. And that's just what we've been all year long. There's some preparation in that. Sure, there's luck along the way that you experience that helps you, but it's being the ability to take advantage of when those opportunities present themselves that we've done a nice job with this season, and hopefully continue with.
Coming up Friday night, I saw on the boards that over 1,200 tickets have already been sold for the game Friday night, which is really great this early in the week. Rematch with Westfield. As we went to Westfield, won the game there. It was a close game, but another good game for the Royals.
Yes, sir. And that's the challenge of, if we play the way we played the first game, we're not going to win this game. So we got to make sure we come with more intensity, more focus, more discipline, more enthusiasm and energy. I think Coach Gilbert does a great job of getting his kid teams prepared You know you're going to get a physical, fast, energetic game, and guys there's going to be some tension in the game. And who is the team that is able to be at the top in that regard is oftentimes the team that's going to be successful. Last year we came down to the wire in that game, and hopefully this year we've trained, we've worked, we've prepared for this opportunity to make sure that we're taking that next step as a program. Westfield's going to present a lot of challenges for us. They got number 21 is a phenomenal football player, a Division I kid, and their quarterback does a great job of shooting the football, and he's an athletic running quarterback as well. So it's going to be important that we're able to retain both of those guys, as well as their tailback is really elusive and an explosive runner for them. And so keeping him under wraps, so to speak, is going to be important. And then they got a wide receiver on the edge, number 3, who does a great job of creating ball opportunities for himself. So they're explosive offensively and defensively. Coach Gilbert always does a great job, and Coach Miracle does a phenomenal job of getting their defense prepared for what they're going to see from us. And so that execution piece is going to be vital. They play fast. They're not huge up front, but they are fast and they move quick. And so, I think there are a lot of similarities between the two programs in terms of the style of play and in terms of position and personnel play pieces that we're going to see on Friday. You're going to see a lot of that again this week.
Talk a little bit about the fan support, because I've obviously been Westfield games and a lot of HCTV games, and the fan support for both of these schools is very good.
Yeah, they travel very well. I remember last year when they came to us in the first game that we played against them here, their stands were packed with white T-shirts and cell phones, and so I anticipate them having a great fan support. But our student body has been phenomenal this year, just coming out every week. Bring a lot of energy to our team, and that is awesome to have on the sidelines. When you look behind you, you have that much of your student body out supporting you as a player, and that's we're trying to build that culture within our entire athletic program. And we go out and support one another, because that's what makes it fun. When you can have a lot of fans in the stands, and you're supporting one another, and you're getting better as a group, that's huge.
Talk a little bit about your game on Friday night. What do the Royals have to do to keep up with and champions?
I think one is take care of the football always, and limit their opportunities with the football. Being able to get off the field on third down is going to be huge for us from a defensive perspective. Being able to contain number 8, number 1, as I said earlier, is going to be huge. Playing assignment sound football, being disciplined to do your job. There are going to be some new keys and things that guys have got to make sure their eyes are focused on the job, and trusting the guy beside him that he's going to do his job and not trying to do someone else's job for them is going to be important on the defense side of the ball. And then offensively, secure the football. They do a great job of trying to knock the ball out. They're 153, they're a linebacker. It looks like Shaquille Leonard coming down trying to smack the ball out of people's hands all the time. And so he do a good job of trying to take takeaways. They do a good job with that. So it's going to be important that we take care of the football. But again, that we're fundamentally sound and execute well. That's the name of the game at this time. You're not going to change or reinvent who you are, and then you've got to be able to execute at a high level. So that, to me, is going to be very, very important for us this week.
How's the health of the team this week?
Well, it's you play a high energy game. Last week for us was a big game in terms of playing across town level for a sectional championship. And how do you respond? How do you bounce back? And we got some guys that have a couple bumps and bruises and dings, but no one is at this time of the season is 100% healthy. And I told our kids, everyone's hurt a little bit. If you're looking for an excuse, that's a great excuse. But Westfield doesn't care if you got a bump or a bruise. They want you to, they're going to give you everything you got. So it's going to be important that we respond in that same manner. And obviously the seasonal flu is around or whatever is going around. So we got some kids that are sniffing and snuffling a little bit. So it's important that we have a great week of rest and preparation as well.
It looks like we're going to have a beautiful night for football Friday night in the 40s. And that's just the kind of conditions when I was in junior high and high school, I used to love playing football.
And that's what we tell our kids all the time. You're not worth the darn unless you're playing in the snow. And so we haven't hit snow yet, so we're still working on being worth the darn. The trees are off. Coach Cutter always says that especially when the trees are off the trees, the leaves are off the trees, and you're still playing. It was awesome last night. We turn on the lights and practicing in the dark. It's just a different feel, and our kids haven't had that experience. up to this point, and they've had it for the last 3 years. And so, for us, it's a new experience for them. They've had experience in this, but again, as I said earlier, if you're looking for an excuse as a player, that's a good one. But we're not looking for excuses. We want results. So that's going to be our challenge.
Well, good luck to you this week, Coach. Best of luck in the game Friday night. Hopefully we'll be back next week to have a little chat about this week's game and what's coming up. You've been watching the Hamilton County Television Sports Program brought to you by Logan Street Signs and Banners in Noblesville. On behalf of Coach Michael Kelley, I'm Brad Silver. Good day.